Hi families! Today I wanted to take an opportunity to show you around our score sheet that we're using in 7th and 8th grade. I know humanities, science, and math uses this score sheet. I'm not sure with a new Spanish teacher if she's going to end up using it or not, but either way, this will be helpful for the other content classes. So you have a link to this score sheet available in a couple different places. Your students have a link to this score sheet as well, and they're instructed to check the score sheet regularly. It's actually part of Mr. Gallagher's start of class process. So they should know on a daily basis how they're doing in any of their classes. You'll notice here along the side, you can see where my mouse is, we have some numbers. So your student is assigned a unique student ID when they enroll at Barstow, and that's what we use to identify them on this spreadsheet. They're instructed to not tell anyone their ID. They know it and you know it and the teachers know it. That should be it. So they can find themselves by finding their particular number on here. Now, this spreadsheet is last year's 8th grade spreadsheet. So I am just using some data that already existed, but it's not relevant to this school year. I wanted to use one that was already filled in to give you a sense of what it might look like. Across the bottom, you'll notice different tabs. We had tabs for the 3 different trimesters and the 3 different content areas. Last year, Spanish did try it out, didn't really like it, didn't really work quite with his grading system, so there's only one Spanish tab down here, but you can see 7th Science had a first trimester and a second trimester, Humanities, same thing. Actually, this was last year's 7th grade score sheet. So across the top, you'll see the different assignments. Then there's a row that shows the date that the assignment was due, and then the standard that the assignment addresses. This is how I've set it up for math. You may need more information from the other teachers about how they do it. Homework is its own grade section, and then each standard in math, there are 5, is reported out on the report card separately. So I grade according to the standards. So all of these blue ones were for the geometry standard. This pink was for expressions and equations, and so on. Then here we have the actual grades themselves. So you'll notice that homework in math, at least, is just graded with a plus or a missing. So the plus sign means it was handed in. The yellow box, any yellow box anywhere actually, is that the assignment was missing. The lighter yellow is that it was handed in late. So it may have been missing at first, but you'll see there's a grade inside the box. It's just shaded light yellow. So that was a tardy, a late assignment. If there is a squiggle somewhere, like here, it means it was partially completed. It needed a little more work before it counted as full credit. Perhaps on these practice problems, maybe there were 6 problems and the student only did 3 or 4 of them. If there's ever a minus anywhere, I don't see any here, that would mean that it was not completed, it was handed in, but it wasn't enough to even count as a grade. I don't use the minus very often. Then we have the EX for excused. Sometimes students are excused from a task because maybe it's something they can't really make up and they were absent that day. Or sometimes I offer an extension assignment. Let's see if I can find one of those on here. It doesn't look like I have any here. Sometimes I'll offer an assignment for a 4, and so it's optional, and every student who chooses to complete it will have a grade, but all the students who did not choose would just say excused, excused, excused all the way down, and it's because they just didn't take that opportunity, which is fine. It was optional. Also, when students are absent, that's marked as well with an AB. Students have as many days as they were absent to then make up the work. So if you're absent for 3 days, you have 3 school days to make up the work that you missed, and then it becomes missing. So that's why some of these were marked absent, and then now they're turned yellow because the student did not make up the work. A check mark would be a situation where a student has handed in the assignment, but I did not grade it for whatever reason. There's a lot of reasons that might happen. I would just put a check mark on the top of it and say, you're good, but you don't get a 1, 2, 3, or 4 on it. If you scroll all the way to the end, actually here, we have some bold and italicized assignments, you'll notice. Those are for when a student has resubmitted an assignment. So their original grade gets overwritten with whatever the new grade is. Sometimes it doesn't make a change. Like you can see here, the student resubmitted and it was still a 1. They can resubmit again and again and again, as many times as they want. When they've resubmitted, I will indicate that with the bold and italic, so it kind of stands out, and you can see like who's taking advantage of the opportunity to resubmit and improve their work. Then over here at the end, there's a column that will show out of all of the assignments, how many were completed by that particular student, how many were given to that particular student, and what's the percent of completed assignments. In order to be eligible for athletics, students have to stay in good standing. They have to have 80% or more of their assignments completed, and or at least attempted to have completed. So we're not like looking for perfection, but we want to see like a good amount of effort from our kids. So that's why I keep track of these percentages. You may notice here in the assignments given that there are many different numbers. Like here, this person only had 26 and this person had 49 assignments given. How is that possible? Last year, when I was using this spreadsheet, I did excuse students from their homework on days that they had band or chorus because they didn't have flex available for work time on that homework. Or if they were in intervention on that particular day. So that's why some of these are different numbers from each other. I'm not doing that this year. Everyone is expected to complete the homework every single night, regardless of whether you're in band or chorus or whatever. So that's not going to be as much of an issue this time around. And then you'll also notice over here in the corner that there's a key. It has just kind of a summary of what I've just been explaining. What do the different symbols mean there? So you can always scroll all the way over to check that out. In terms of the different codes for the math grades up here, I don't have that in writing on this screen to share with you, but I can tell you that G is geometry, E is expressions and equations, R is ratios and proportions. There's also an SP, which is for statistics and probability. In 8th grade, there's an F, which is for functions. And in 7th grade, there's an NS, which is for number system. Each grade has 5. Their information will come in a different handout or video another time. Okay, so if you have any questions about any of this information, refer to this video as many times as you need to, and reach out to me.